think with this version, it's surprisingly alive. You know, when you think about it, oh, there's no revolving stage because that was part of the original version. It's just still alive. The music itself has its own heartbeat, and no matter where you put the actors, the people who are playing the role, it's gonna stand on its own. And it's just amazing because the younger generation nowadays, who are probably not familiar with the music, can also enjoy the musical.
Team that created this version of the concert. And one thing that we were very aware of is that each time Les Mis kind of comes into the public domain, it changes, like the show we did here 10 years ago. But it changes because I think socially things change.
This is never static, you know. Like the other day, I just learned that our eponine, Marius and Cassette, that's the first time that actually they sang together. And I was like, wow, like it's amazing how quickly they connect. So yeah, because we travel around the world with different set of actors, so it's just amazing how people just connect right away with the music. Oh my gosh. So the first time I did a show was in London 2015. That was 11 years ago. That was before having kids, you know. I was like, yeah, because I moved to London in 2014 to do a different show. So I was really a newbie, like doing musical theater. So I wasn't really sure, like, is this for me? Is theater for me? I felt like I didn't fit in, you know, while doing the show. And I think I was the only Asian in the cast in London, in the West End. So ngayon, you can see a lot of, you know, Asian people doing the roles. But at that point, I felt like, ako lang yung mag-isa dito, you know? And but I learned so much, and I am very, very, very grateful for the company for entrusting me for playing this role for 10 years now, 11 years, and Fantine has been with me through every season of my life, from a single woman, tapos na pangasawa na ako, and now I have 2 kids. So it's just amazing to discover a lot of things about the role. Sometimes I learn about her strength, sometimes her vulnerability and humanity. So it's just amazing that it's changing. You never get bored. You know, it's like, yeah, I'm just grateful that after 11 years, I'm still here doing the role. And kahit paano, I can still sing it. Thank you, Lord. You know, like we are still here. And yeah, I'm very, very grateful for that. It's easier because now I don't need to spend a lot of time before the show, you know, internalizing how is it to be a mom. But now I can just rock up on stage and just open my mouth and just cry on the spot because I know how it feels. I feel it. It's in every single night. It's heartbreaking to know that's Fantine's story, and she had to go through that, and you know, it's really heartbreaking, and now it's just, yeah. Oh, it's always a dream come true to perform for the Filipino people. You know, this is where I started, and I will always come back. Yeah, it's just different to I feel very emotional every single night. Like I was here 2 years ago to do a show, and every single night I feel like I want to cry seeing the faces of the Filipino people cheering for me, like, yes, there's a Pinoy on stage. And now it's not just me on stage, you know. Kasama ko rin, oh my gosh, my idol is Theo Salonga, and then there's Red Concepcion. So it's just amazing to be able to share the stage with my idols and to sing for our kababayan. So it's a dream come true for me. Yeah.
So many cultures, I think, particularly now with the way the world is, to still experience different cultures, I think is it's an honor to be able to do that, obviously on someone else's credit card, not mine. But I think it's just amazing because you know, you have to, no disrespect to any press here, But we get fed obviously a certain type of rhetoric or communication back at home, but to actually come to each region now, and come to each country, and feel it and see it for yourself.
When they offered me the Abu Dhabi in Australia last year, I was like, can I do this with 2 kids? Because then I have to bring my whole family with me, and it's really difficult to be, to be away, to be moving around with the whole gang. But because it's Les Miserables and I've been doing it for years, and I feel like we're gonna enjoy traveling the world, learning different cultures, and of course, what I discovered is I enjoyed the show even more because again now I'm a mom and now I know the show so much. I'm just enjoying the show instead of feeling the pressure and insecurities, because when I started I felt really insecure, and so I think same with you, just traveling the whole world. And there's one point back in I just want to share this. This is very personal. In 2015, the first year in Les Miserables in the West End, I was crying before the show because I think the night before I forgot my words. I was messing up, I was mumbling, and I just like, oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna mess up tonight again, and that night, the guy who was playing John Valjean hugged me during the hospital scene. And then he said, "You are amazing." Yeah, because before entering the stage, I was like, God, I'm very spiritual. And I was like, God, is this for me? Because I feel like I do not fit in. And that was the voice that I heard, "You are amazing." And that night changed my whole performances. I felt like, oh, I'm actually not performing for the people here. I have a purpose why I'm here on stage. So I do not care, you hear a lot of things, or sometimes you feel like, oh, the applause is not that loud. You have that mentality when you grow up in the Philippines, you have that, you always feel like that will, the people's applause has to satisfy your performance, right? But that voice, I was like, actually, I have a purpose here in Lemes, even if I'm the only Asian here. I have a reason, and now I'm still here and seeing a lot of Asians in the cast. It's like, wow, we made it. Yes. To every Filipinos out there, please come and watch our show, Les Miserables World Tour Spectacular. It's gonna be an amazing night, and it's such an experience. And I hope to see your beautiful faces every single night. Thank you, maraming salamat po for your love and your support. Thank you po.
And I can guarantee that Rachel is still very good.
After 10 years.
Yeah, after 10 years.
The same
She is still good.
You are both spectacular.